The reason why I write these books is to independent and free the organizations and the agencies put in their box and try and treat it like everybody else that's disabled. I need to make clear that and I need to go away from that and get my own care amongst be free from the I don't want to become more disabled. I don't want to live. I want to enjoy my last few years on this planet. Hi, please like and subscribe and help me get my life back. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye. To all the people that like and subscribe, thank you very much. It's much appreciated all the help that you are giving me.
Chapter 4. Rising Above. He was excited when Chris saw the opening for new members to join the astronomy club. It was just him and Sarah sharing their love for space for a long time. He didn't know many people who also shared this same love. Throughout middle and high school, he was known as the kid who was nerdy about stars and space, so he was alone in his dreams. But the prospect of finding others like him made him so excited that he looked forward to that day with so much expectation. He thought about the kind of people there and how he would be received. So he prepared well in advance. He ironed his best t-shirt and cargo pants, put on his excellent sandals, and sprayed his favorite scent. Then he took 2 of his best books on astronomy and put them in his bag. Unfortunately, the school had not yet gotten around to making their surroundings wheelchair accessible, so he usually showed up late for gatherings no matter how early he tried to be. This time, he was about 20 minutes late. He wheeled himself quickly to the front of the door where the club was and he knocked. Instantly, the door swung open. "Hello." A lady smiled at the air before her, then paused and looked down at where Chris sat. Her eyes widened in panic for a moment. "Oh." Chris had experienced this time without a number. People would find out he was in a wheelchair and would suddenly not know how to act around human beings. He tried to be understanding and would break the tension with a smile. He did the same thing at that moment. "Hello, I'm Chris," he said with a small smile, stretching his hand for a handshake. "Oh, yes, yes," she sputtered and shook his hand. "I'm Stacy. Come in, please." She held the door wide open and let him wheel in. Chris first noticed the large telescope at the other end of the room. His lips parted in slight surprise. It was the latest model. How come it was there in the room? Along with the surprise came a pure sense of happiness overtaking every part of him. His smile was like a ray of sunshine flooding the whole room. Then he saw the shelf full of books on astronomy. There were seats all around, and a table with several astronomy props. A rocket ship, some planets, and several celestial objects. The chatter in the room buzzed over his ears. He didn't expect this many people to be in the club. There were at least 15 of them, and that was a lot to him. "Guys," Stacy chirped, slightly embarrassed. The chatter ceased instantly, and all eyes turned to him. Even with all the scrutiny Chris had faced in the past months, he still had not gotten used to it. The way they stared at him was the same. Some had looks of surprise splashed across their features, some raised brows as if questioning what he was doing there, and the one he hated the most, the look of pity. He hated that the most. He decided to stuff all his emotions down and introduce himself instead. "Hello, everyone. I'm Chris, and I'd like to join the astronomy club." That was how it all started. He talked about his story and how his love for space had brought him there. He spoke of many things ranging from his blog to his fiancée, Sarah. It was a bit tricky trying to win everyone on his side. But soon enough, he had succeeded. His passion for space was too contagious, too raw, and passionate. He became a crucial member of the astronomy club. They went on outreaches where he talked to young people about his story and his love for space. They attended many seminars and conferences on space exploration, and he made his mark there, sharing with the world how determined he was and showing them his passion. Sarah, on the other hand, was doing well studying aeronautical engineering. Occasionally, they'd meet and fill each other up on their current lives and how things were going. Those moments were the best for Chris. Once again, he was in the presence of the woman he truly loved and could fully express himself as much as he wanted. Soon enough, it was time for them to get married. The wedding was a small one involving only friends and family. The venue was at an open-spaced park they'd both rented. He had 2 friends from the astronomy club stand as his groomsmen, and everything was coming together. On the wedding day, a strange anxiousness took over him as he waited at the altar for the bride. Finally, he was getting married to the love of his life. They had gone through all the obstacles and hurdles to reach this point. A tear slipped from his eye as Sarah appeared from behind the flower structure. She was breathtaking, wearing the most regal smile he had ever seen. She was like a royal princess walking down the aisle, and she had chosen to get married to him. Throughout the wedding, his emotions were at an all-time high. He said his vows full of sincerity and promise. He would always be by her side no matter what and love her with all of his heart. After their vows and exchanging of rings, Sarah sat on his lap, and they kissed with the whole congregation cheering them on. They later moved into their own house. Everything in the house had been designed and renovated to accommodate him in the wheelchair. It was fun working with Sarah, and the thought of being with her forever excited him even more. His blog was doing great. He had a beautiful wife and a bright future. Just wonderful.